The night she returned, rain fell in relentless sheets, turning the streets into liquid mirrors. And there she was, unexpected, unannounced, a fragment of the past I had buried 5 years ago. Her hair was plastered to her face, soaked with memories I had long tried to forget. Her dress clung to her body, heavy with rain, echoing a night I had fought hard to erase. But this time, she wasn't alone. A small boy stood beside her, his tiny hand curled tightly around hers. "This is your son," she said, her voice barely rising above the storm. I didn't speak. I didn't move. I only watched in silence, eyes fixed on the two of them. Then I stepped aside, letting my absence say what words never could. 5 years ago, she walked out of our life in a scarlet dress and heels too high for someone who claimed to hate attention. I hadn't doubted her loyalty. My concern was always the spotlight she swore she despised. She waved me off with a laugh. "It's just a party," she said. But she never came home. It didn't unravel slowly. We had been solid. Quiet dinners, deep conversations, long nights imagining the children we hoped to raise together. Then came the subtle changes. Longer showers. Late nights. Eyes that no longer met mine. I never accused her. I just started listening more carefully to the silence between us. That night, she said she was going to a girls-only birthday. The next day, a co-worker sent me a video. It wasn't a cozy celebration. It was a nightclub, and she was sitting on another man's lap, laughing like someone I didn't recognize. I watched it once. That was enough. Truth doesn't need to be repeated. When she came home at dawn, smelling of alcohol and betrayal, I didn't yell. I made coffee, handed her a mug, and said quietly, "It's over." She called me controlling, dramatic. So I left. No fight, no closure. I changed my number, moved cities, and disappeared. But before I vanished, I made one final decision: to freeze my sperm. A safeguard for a future I still wanted. A lesson learned the hard way. Prepare for the unimaginable, even from the ones who once swore they'd stay. 3 years later, a letter arrived. No return address. Inside, a photo of a child with curls and eyes that mirrored my own. I felt nothing. Just filed it away. Then came the emails. Please. Apologies. Confessions of regret. I didn't reply. But curiosity has sharp teeth. So I hired a private investigator. What he found was almost poetic. She'd lost her job, moved back in with her mother. The man from the nightclub vanished when he heard about the pregnancy, denying any involvement. A year later, she started searching for me. She had no idea who I had become. I moved strategically. First, a discreet DNA test. The investigator retrieved a used pacifier from a park visit. Result, 99.9% mine. Second, I hired the best custody lawyer I could find, not to take the boy away, but to protect myself. Third, I waited. Then I let her find me. Now she stood before me, holding our son like a shield. "I need help," she whispered, her voice cracking. I looked at the boy, long and steady. His eyes met mine, quiet, curious, unafraid. She began to speak. Apologies. Stories of loneliness, of love, of needing a father for a child. I let her words spill freely. Lies are combustible. All it takes is one truth to set them on fire. I handed her a folder. Custody terms, visitation schedule, clearly drawn boundaries. "This is structure," I said. She cried. She begged. She accused. She said I had no right. I met her gaze. "You lost the moment you walked out in that dress," I said. "This isn't revenge. It's clarity." Actions echo. Betrayal leaves memories. A week later, I met my son properly. We went to the zoo. I read to him, watched him laugh, bright and pure, the way I used to before trust became something I had to guard. I haven't told him everything. One day I will, when he's ready, not to turn him against her, but because he deserves to know the truth. As for her, she receives monthly updates, clinical, distant, filtered through my lawyer. A name, a photo, a date. She lost a man who once would have done anything for her. And I found a reason to begin again. Let me know if you like this in a specific format, e.g. PDF, ebook, screenplay style, or if you want to